If you're seeing this right now, it's your reminder that you are overpaying for plugins. Because there's something out there called JSFX. JSFX is awesome. There's tons of free plugins for JSFX, and there's a few paid ones that are pretty good and pretty cheap. It was originally created for Reaper. So if you're using Reaper, you already have JSFX built in, and you can add Reapack repositories right up here. Within extensions, Reapack, you can browse packages, you can import packages. If you don't know how to get Reapack, go right to the Reaper website, right where I am now. And you go to resources. You go to Reapack Package Manager. That brings you to this website. Look at all this crap you can download it for. Mac OS, Windows, Linux. It's awesome. Do it. Install it. If you're not on Reaper, that's when things get a little more complicated. But I have great news for you too. There's a project out there called YSFX. YSFX is a wrapper and a library for JSFX that helps you load these in other programs. You can load them in tons of things. I've tested it in Logic. I've tested it in DAW. You can load JSFX in basically anything that will load a VST plugin or an AU plugin. And look, even at the bottom of that, they give a lot of great resources. Toucan Studios is probably awesome. If you like analog gear, Toucan Studios has got you covered. JClones, that's a great project that clones a lot of high-priced plugins on the cheap. Let's see, Maui JSFX, I have a few of their plugins. If you go to the repository, it's archived because they sell their plugins, but they sell them pretty dang cheap. You can go right to Gumroad. And look how cool these look. These look like $100 plugins that you've probably paid for 5 different times over. And they sound like $100 plugins that you've paid for a bunch of times over. This channel strip, I love it. Let's look at a project real quick. Right now, this is just a quick chain with, other than the amp sounds, everything here is JSFX. A bus compressor running on the drum bus. We've got this distressor plugin. These are both Toucan plugins. That's also running on the drum bus as a little parallel compression. I got it about 20% wet. We've got this Omnibalance Spectral EQ. Now, this is a paid one from Doc Shadrach. I can't pronounce his name. He sells this one on his Gumroad. It's pretty cheap. It was less than $20, and it does a very similar thing to your Gullfoss or I want to say it was called Tito. Whatever. It's awesome. This is a Maui plugin. This is a brick wall limiter. It's a copy of a Waves. I want to say it's L1 or L2. This one, Spectral Harshness Control, also by Doc Shadrach. This one's free. So, I mean, with them. Now, of course, it gets a little glitchy when you have all these open. Mostly these Doc Shadrach ones. But if you close them, they're still working. It's just the GUIs. See if I can remember how to bypass the plugins. Alright? Or just delete them. That's without them. Back on. These things are great. You should just use JSFX whenever you can, because they really fill gaps in your productions that, like, you would have to spend hundreds of dollars to fill otherwise. Save you a lot of money. Most of them are free. The ones that aren't are pretty dang cheap. And you should be using these. Now I'm going to jump into an DAW session, and I'm going to load them using YSFX just as a proof of concept. All right, so it's been a little while since I've used our door, admittedly, and I have to go through and set everything up in order to actually figure out how to use it. But here it is. I have Toucan's Guitar Station Series 2 running in our door, and it works. I mean, it's pretty sweet. Here's how YSFX works. Click on the little load tab, and it'll take you right to the Reaper JSFX. It'll take you right to where all your Reaper effects are stored in your resource path. If you don't have Reaper, you should install it. I mean, really. But even if you don't, you could just direct yourself around to where you keep the JSFX. You can keep them in a folder or whatever. You can choose pretty much anything. I mean, SSL style EQ. Let's open that up. It's for fun. Yeah, reload. That's fine. And this is how a lot of them are going to look if they don't have graphical interfaces. You'll get whatever your default sliders are, and then whatever little graphical interface it did come with be down at the bottom. But I mean, it's pretty useful. Go into, let's look at Maui's because they all have pretty sick graphical interfaces. You got to make sure you load the JSFX file itself. Yes, we'll reload. Takes a second. It's a little glitchy. Look, here's an SSL strip. My audio is going through it, so it is working. You can run the drive up a bit, compress it, show up that to work, threshold, lower that down. Let's take out some of the low mids here. We don't need all those lows. Let's push some 2K, where guitars like to live. So this is a clean signal. You can push a little of that. A little high pass filter. And you can really drive it. And just for fun, let's take all that high information out. Let's take more out because I got too many high mids. Make it really muddy. Let's just look at that. Yeah. Now it's just the booming bass part. Let's hit that pre-compressor. Really push the low. Now it's like that's not as fun. So let's try to throw something in the chain in front of it. Here. Also, what's cool about our door is you can rename it, so you can actually put SSL, and it will show as SSL in your chain. Right. Add. No, just the one. Remove, insert. See how it's really coming through all bassy? Let's undo that. Let's let the highs back into this frequency. Let's try moving it after too. Let's try that. We'll bring it back in. Gotta lower that volume down a bit. Of course, now the compression is too much, so take that out.